Everything you think you know about nail design is about to be contradicted. This set starts with chaos, mistakes, and a little foil that refused to stay down. I've been wanting to make nails from beer bottle foil, and you can say I have a lot. But I've always wondered if it's possible to encapsulate foil. I've not seen a nail tutorial or nail set on this before, but I decided to give it a try anyways. I wanted this to be a builder gel in a bottle set, but at the same time, I didn't want to make a tutorial that others will try and find out it doesn't work. So I'm going to be testing it out first. We're going to be starting off with a part of my foil collection and a builder gel in a bottle encapsulation first. I applied a thin layer of builder gel on the nail, placed my wrap on it and cut it to shape. Then I cured it in the lamp for 60 seconds. To encapsulate it, we're going to start off by applying our sleep layer. Then we're going to go in with a big bead of our builder gel in a bottle and go in a side to side motion, mainly at the top of the nail where we want our apex to be. Now I'm going to turn the nail upside down to get that perfect apex. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use our liner brush to fix the side walls. I clean the surface of the nail to remove that khaki layer. I'm going to test out the foil to see if it's properly encapsulated. At first, after I applied the thin layer of builder gel, placed my foil and cured it for 60 seconds. I tried lifting the foil and realized that the gel was not actually holding it onto the nail. Now I'm going to check if the nail will actually hold after I encapsulated it with builder gel. The foil is easily detaching from the nail, and even the upper part is not holding. And I know I'm basically destroying the nail, but I don't think I should be able to peel it out in the first place. I'm going to try this time with Polygel. I repeated the same process of applying a thin layer of Polygel, placed my foil, and then I cut it into size, then cured it for 60 seconds. As you can see, it's not properly attached to the Polygel, but I'm still going to encapsulate it with Polygel, and I hope it works. I really not like to end up doing this set with acrylic, because going through the process of waiting for the acrylic to set and filing it is not something I want to go through. The wrap is not holding onto the nail, and I don't know if it's because I'm working with gel, so I think acrylic is my only choice. And I really hope it works, because that's the only nail system I have left. I'm starting off with applying a thin layer of acrylic, and while it's still wet, I'm going to attach my foil to it. We're going to be using our Heineken wrap now, since this is basically our last attempt. I allowed it to set. Unfortunately, the wrap is not lifting from the nail. I'm happy about that. I'm going to encapsulate the foil now. At this point, I don't know what's going on. Nothing is working. I don't know if it's my liquid to powder ratio. The foil is losing its color as I'm trying to encapsulate the nail. I realize this is happening due to the combination of monomer and acrylic powder. I later tried swiping my monomer alone on the Heineken wrap and the color stayed. But when I go in with an acrylic bead, the Heineken wrap changes color. I tried again, but this time I decided not to swipe the brush a lot on the foil. But even areas where I covered with acrylic still lost its color. It was at this point that this crazy idea came to me. If acrylic holds the foil and builder gel in a bottle doesn't affect the color, what if I hold the wrap with acrylic beneath and encapsulate it with builder gel? I know that shouldn't happen in the first place, but what if it actually works? If I can get this encapsulation to work, then the nail set idea I have in my head has a 99% chance of actually coming to life. I'm just going to repeat the same process of applying a thin layer of acrylic, then attach my foil and wait for it to set. I cut the wrap a little bit above the edges of the nail so I can seal it properly when I encapsulate it with builder gel. After my acrylic sets, I then go in with my builder gel in a bottle. I first apply a slip layer and then I take a big bead and go in a side to side motion, mostly on top of the nail where I want that apex to be. And if you're wondering if I'm going to go ahead and try to destroy this nail, no, I won't. This is my last Heineken wrap, so we're not doing that. For this next nail design, I'm going to be starting off with building the structure of the nail using builder gel in a bottle. We're going to be creating Heineken drink poured inside a glass cup design. I want the nail to have depth and give the illusion of glass. That's why I'm giving it structure using builder gel, if that makes sense. I searched for Heineken drinks and noticed that they are more on the yellow side. So I'm going to be mixing my yellow gel polish from O.P.I with my O.P.I top coat. I added a very tiny amount of yellow to the top coat. I also don't want to bulk the gel application and lose the see-through effect I'm trying to get. So I'm going to use my small detail brush for my gel application. I spread it out evenly using my detail brush and cured it for 60 seconds and applied the second layer. Using my O.P.I brush, I'm just cleaning off the bottom of the nail before I cure it in the light. I really want this nail design to give the illusion of a glass cup. To give it a more realistic look, I mixed a little bit of orange gel polish from the bunch in the number 51 with a little bit of my top coat and used that to create shadows around the nail to give it more depth. And before curing it, we're using a blooming gel and a liner brush, and we're just going to line each side of the nail where we created that shadow and then blow it out completely to achieve a better finish, then cure it in the lamp. You know those bubbles that appear in a drink when you pour it in a cup? I'm going to try to create that effect, taking builder gel that comes in a cup with the help of my orange stick. We're going to mix our builder gel in a cup vigorously until it forms many bubbles. I'm going to be using an ombre brush because I want to really avoid affecting the bubble as I apply it on the nail. I'm taking a second bead. I'm just trying to avoid forcing the first bead to reach the bottom of the nail and affect the nail design. I'm going to be using my detail brush to fix the area that we missed very carefully, then cure it in the light for 60 seconds. Remember to clean off the tacky layer when you're done curing. For that full effect, we're going to be using 1 drop of white gel polish, 1 drop of cuticle oil, and a drop of acetone. Blend everything with a brush. When trying this technique, blending only 4 or 5 times is enough. Overmixing it will actually make it lose its bubble. The bubble effect you get actually comes from the cuticle oil that didn't mix properly with the rest of the product. We're just going to apply it a little bit on the yellow part of the nail and on the clear part of the nail. Also going to add another layer to intensify the effect. Finally, we protect our design with top coats. Using a dotting tool, we're going to create that cold look effect. We're just going to put as many dots of top coats to give it that very cold effect. I'm also going to be building the structure of this nail with builder gel. I'm taking each nail one at a time because I don't know the exact design I want for each finger. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm using a green background color for this nail design, which turned out to be a perfect nail color for this Heineken nail sets. The gel polish is from Sweet Nails in the color 202. I applied 3 layers of the gel polish and cured each layer in the light for 60 seconds. We're going to be doing a chrome isolation for this nail design. After applying your base color, you go in with your top coat and cure it for 60 seconds. Then you buff the surface of the nail. Make sure to use a light pressure when buffing the nail. It's supposed to look like this, and then you wipe the surface with alcohol. To make your chrome look like liquid glass, when mixing your top coat and your black gel polish, the ratio of your black gel polish to your top coat should be higher, like 4 drops of black gel polish to a drop of top coat. I'm using black gel polish from UNO, and I'm mixing it with a drop of their top coats. Now, one of the main reasons that makes your chrome not look like mirror is you not curing it in the lamp for 60 seconds twice. You heard me. If you cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds, it gives you a glitter effect. But if you cure it in the lamp for 120 seconds, you get a mirror effect instead. The next one is, when applying your chrome, first pat the area, then rub. Pat the area first with your chrome before you go back and forth with your applicator. Make sure you're applying your chrome using even pressure so you don't get patchy spots. Then you dust off the excess. For the 3D effect, you take your rhinestone glue and mix it with your black gel polish. Always add a good amount of black gel polish to your rhinestone glue when doing your 3D effect. We're going to outline the area we want our 3D effect to be on. After that, we apply our chrome and dust off the excess. I repeated the same process I used for the last nail design. But for this nail design, we're going to be creating a metallic Frenchy with 3D effects as well. The metallic French tip is inspired from a Heineken beer tap I saw online. I'm using the silver part as a reference for the shape and placement. When mixing your black gel polish and top coat for your chrome isolation, adding too much top coat makes it look like this. It has that glitter effect, and when you look closely, the chrome is not sticking and there's little patches here and there. Instead of the Heineken name logo, I'm going to cut out a star from my Heineken wrap and encapsulate it on the nail, just above the Frenchy. I first applied a layer of builder gel, then placed the wrap and cured it for 60 seconds. I wanted to draw the star at first, I really did, but I decided to go with this instead. The next thing I could do is add the wrap to another nail design. I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. For the last nail design, which is the thumb, I honestly didn't know what to do, and that's saying it very lightly. But I settled for this design instead, which I feel in a way didn't tie the set together. But tell me what you think in the comments. I'm repeating this builder gel application in case you didn't catch it at first because I was using clear gel. But if you want an in-depth tutorial on how to properly apply builder gel in a bottle step by step, watch my last video. I ended up deciding to cut out a part of my Heineken wrap and place it across the nail. I applied a thin layer of builder gel, then placed the wrap and cured it for 60 seconds. Decided to add this handwritten text to the nail, which I'm assuming was when Heineken started and chromed it. I think the text means since 1873. I decided not to cure each test one at a time until I'm done. The reason is I was really tired at this point and I didn't know the design to make for this particular one, so I decided to keep the test uncured till I'm done. So if along the way I get too frustrated or change my mind, I can just wipe everything and try again. But don't do that. Cure each test as you go. I'm just going to go ahead and protect each nail design with top coat. And that's it. This is the final look on my press-on nail stand and on my practice hand. I hope you guys are enjoying this trash to treasure series so far. For me, this isn't just nail art, it's a statement. See you guys in the next one. Bye.